Hello, and welcome back to yet another video. In today's video, what I was thinking of doing was a little get ready with me moment, showing you how I actually created my promo look. So in today's video, what I'm going to be doing is creating my promo look, but we're also going to be having just a little chit chat about my time with the Rose Ball Season 2. So if you want the tea spilt, if you want to catch up on the shenanigans, stay tuned so we can go from this to this. So if you want to keep up with what's been going on in my life, if you want to know why I went a little bit AWOL for a while, stay tuned. We're going to get into it. Get your popcorn, grab yourself a cup of coffee, take a seat, and let's get spilling. This whole thing with the Rose Productions started back in October, I believe it was. That's when we had to apply for the holiday special, which came very shortly after season 1 of the Rose Ball. So for the holiday special, we needed to make a variety show performance of our choice, so whichever talent we like. It didn't have to be lip syncing, which was nice because it gave me a bit more creative freedom with what I was doing. I wasn't kind of tied down to anything. So what I did for the variety show performance is I did a pole dance / lip sync performance to Close Your Eyes by Kim Petras. I love performing Kim Petras songs when I'm doing drag, so I was like, what better way to say hello to this competition than to perform a Kim Petras song. And it was really nice to be able to pole dance instead of just doing a lip sync performance, because I used to train doing pole dancing when I was younger. I used to train for 11 hours a week because I wanted to compete, but obviously once I started working and stuff like that, I didn't have time to be going to the classes all of the time, and plus I wanted to go out drinking and getting pissed all the time, so yeah, that was the key with that. So I originally recorded that performance for a Disgraceful Cabaret show back at the start of October, which aired on December. Literally like the day or two before the Rose Ball aired, so everything kind of got released at the same time. And that was actually filmed and recorded by Sinead Huggins Films. I'll put a link to her Facebook videography page down in the description box. I was very happy with that performance. It was meant to be a lip sync performance also, but then once I was putting it all together, I realized that you can't really see me lip syncing much, and I'm not the best at editing, so I had a hard time matching all of the scenes up to the words of the pre-recorded song. There was pretty much 20 people shortlisted from however many people applied. We were told to do a variety show and a runway, and then the top 11 out of that got to progress onto season 2 of the Rose Ball. So we didn't find out in the episode whether we had made it through or not, because it was a 2-part episode because of the quantity of people who had applied. After the variety show performance, we were challenged to do a holiday themed runway. So we could pick Christmas, Kwanzaa, New Year's, or Hanukkah. Up to yourself. I picked Christmas as my theme, and I wanted to do a dragged up version of Cindy Lou Who. So for that, I made a huge 20-inch high wig, a corset. I made the full outfit that you saw in that title video. All of the videos that I will be talking about will be linked in my IGTVs. So I picked Cindy Lou Who and just got my little gig together, and I was very happy with the silhouette, I was very happy with the hair, I was very happy with the beat. Overall that week, I was just very happy with everything that I had done. So this week we found out that Catastrophic was the winner of the holiday special, which she deserved, to be honest. Like, her performance on the hoop in the freezing snow, that was just something else. It was so captivating. I loved it so much. Her runway with the maple leaf eyes, that was iconic. I found out that I placed high this week, so that means I got one or more of the judges' votes to win the episode. So the next day after the holiday show, the casting emails went out, and I find out that I'm after getting on to season 2 of the Rose Ball, which I'm obviously delighted with. And that's when I find out that I had a high placement in the first episode. So that was kind of like, for me, it was like, okay, I was so close to tasting the win, but it was just out of my grasp. But at least I knew what I was doing was being well received and that the judges liked it. So we got the casting emails, and with the casting emails we found out what the theme for our promo look would be. So with the promo, I was very happy with what I was able to produce. The theme for the Meet the Cast episodes was Rose Thorns, so we had to cross grunge and glamour, which is how I got this look that I am creating here right now. So that was heavily inspired by Dragula, the kind of punk alternative scene. It's a good time for me to showcase a different side to me and just show a bit more elevation as well, because after placing high in the preliminary round, I just really wanted to show them why they brought me here and make a statement from the second walking through the doors. What I wanted to do was show a slightly more alternative side of myself without giving too much away. For my promo look, I made that red corset out of an old leather jacket, so I upcycled the leather jacket because I didn't like the fit of it and I knew I'd prefer it like this. I styled that hair myself, and that was heavily inspired by Hair by Koju here on YouTube. I'll link them down in the description box down below, but they have great tutorials on how to do hairstyling, so I do advise you do go and check them out if you're interested in styling hair. For the promo runway, so for my confessionals for the Meet the Cast episode, I had to film my confessionals and my runway on 2 separate days, which meant that I had to create the same look twice without one single flaw. Challenge accepted. What I decided to do was film my confessionals Christmas Eve and to do my runway on Christmas Day. So I filmed my confessionals, edited everything, got the makeup off and slept for 3 hours and then woke back up again and had to recreate the whole look on Christmas morning. So Christmas Day, me and my sister Sarah, we go over to an industrial estate across the road and we film my runway. Luckily enough, it was Christmas Day, there was nothing around, nothing was open, we could just go and do it. So I literally had 10 minutes from when I was ready to go and film it to get back to the house and have my Christmas dinner. It was kind of like weird a little bit because it was my first time being with my dad when I was in drag, so I didn't know how he was going to react, but he just thought I was hilarious. He thought everything was hilarious, and I was on a video call to my 92-year-old nan in my promo look drag. So that was fairly funny. Overall, I was very happy with my runway presentation for the Meet the Cast episode. That's why I'm here recreating the look for you today. So I know there was a lot of confusion for people about what way the episodes worked. So pretty much what had happened is, since there were 12 of us, we were split up into 2 groups of 6. Both episodes aired each week. One was airing on Wednesday, one was airing on Saturday, which was my episode in Group B. Challenge 1, the theme for Group A was the witch trials and the theme for Group B was a zombie apocalypse. Now, me being the spastic that I am, I thought that I had to do both witch trials and the zombie apocalypse all for the one episode, which, thinking about it, seems like a lot, but thank God I chatted to other people in the cast and someone was able to set me straight, because I was thinking, how am I going to get this witch costume done? How am I going to get this zombie costume done? Film runways for both of them and film 2 separate lip syncs. No! Not happening! So luckily, I didn't have to do both of them and I got to just focus on the one. I really wanted to showcase my special effects abilities and my abilities to go outside of my own box in this challenge. What I did is I got myself some full zombie eleganza, so I went to St. Anne's Insane Asylum here in Cork to film. I went there to film everything, was kind of in a rush because it was getting dark, and just kind of got my footage together and all of that. Coming up to the deadline of when I had to send everything in, let me just brush this bake off first. Halfway through editing, the computer decided it wanted to shut down and restart and update, which I was not very happy about. Every single file that I put into the video that I wanted to create got corrupted because of the update. It couldn't locate where any of the actual files were on the computer, and I did not have a backup. So I had to try film the lip sync all over again, but also I was left with all of the footage that I did not want to use. So all of the footage that I decided, okay, this is shit, I'm not going to use it,
ended up being what my performance was.
Not very happy with that, but you know, we will thrive, we will survive, and we will get this in at our deadline. So that's what I did. This week I placed down in the bottom. So I went from all the way up here to all the way down here. Not fun. You know, I did get knocked off my high horse, to be honest. But sure, what can you do? If I could go back and change anything, it would be more prepared and be more ahead of time instead of leaving everything so last minute. Because then if I actually had done that, if it did collapse and everything did get corrupted, at least I would have had a day or 2 to get everything back together instead of trying to edit everything like 5 hours before I needed to have it in. In Challenge 2, both groups were given the same brief, so this week we were doing the Inspiration Ball. So it was very similar to the Gaga Ball, or the Gaga Ball 2.0, or the Ariana Grande Ball that had previously happened with Rose Productions, except this time each drag artist was left to choose their own inspiration of who they wanted to portray through the lens of their drag. I chose Kim Petras. Since I've started doing drag, I perform a lot of Kim Petras songs. I connect a lot with Kim Petras' music. I appreciate Kim's aesthetic and I just appreciate what she stands for as well. So I was very happy and very confident going into this week just because everything was left up to my own imagination and my own brief, so I had complete creative control over the situation. So what I did is I created a lip sync performance to the song Icy by Kim Petras, and I had a lot of fun making this one because I filmed some of the scenes in my bathtub, the shower, naked as a boy, to add a bit of B-roll in. Overall, I was just very happy with how I done, because this competition was the first time that I've ever tried to produce digital drag. For me to look back on that after making that and seeing what I was able to do with barely any editing skills, barely any filming skills and anything like that, I was really delighted with what I was able to produce. So going into this week, I was like, you know what, I have it. I'm not going to be a bottom this week. You know, we might get first, get in the middle, or, you know, we might top if we're feeling fancy. So I chose a look that was in the Machino Spring Summer 2020 collection. It was very like 17th century mod. It was a look that Kim actually wore on the cover of Hunger magazine. It was the DIY issue, and something that I hadn't done before. So the outfit that I constructed for this week, I did a 52-inch wide cage skirt with a corseted bodice, and I did 2 sleeves that connected to a neck piece. I was really happy with the outcome of this because I had never done like a cage skirt or anything before, but a bitch loved a challenge. Again, one thing I did fall back on is I put a lot of time into the construction of the outfit, and I didn't leave a lot of time for myself to film my runway. So even though I went into this week with a really strong performance, I wasn't the happiest with how my runway turned out. It didn't have good lighting because my lighting hadn't arrived yet, and I just had to make it work really and do the best that I could in whatever situation I had. So overall for challenge 2, going into it, I was very happy. I knew that I wasn't going to place in the bottom again, and as we saw in the episode, I placed 4th. I'm competing against loads of other people who are all aiming for the highest place as well, so if you're going to bring it, you have to bring it. So now we're moving on to challenge 3. The theme of challenge 3 was horror week. This week, each member of the cast was assigned to create a comedy/horror trailer inspired by the Scary Movie franchise, so anything of that sort. For my trailer, originally I wanted to go down the route of contouring, where we had the nun who would come and contour you to death, your nose would be so pinched you can't even breathe. I didn't end up going with that idea in the end. I just wanted it to be stupid, I wanted it to be silly, I just wanted to take the absolute piss with it, and that's exactly what I did. I was afraid that the judges wouldn't quite understand my humor, and they didn't. So the day I made that trailer was my birthday, so through that whole trailer I am absolutely pissed. I decided to get drunk and then make it, and the deadline was 5 AM that night. So here's another example of me waiting till the last minute again to try and make everything and send it all in. I'm just a last minute person, I can't help it. We're also challenged to create an iconic look inspired by a Dragula contestant. The contestant that I was assigned was James Majesty from season 2 of the Boulet Brothers Dragula. And the look I picked was the look that James Majesty won challenge 4 of season 2 with. I took inspiration from James Majesty's original concept, but I wanted to make it my own. I didn't just want to replicate something, I wanted to make it my drag instead of just ripping off somebody else. So the look that I created for this runway, I made a full bra out of motherboard pieces. I carried that onto the skirt by putting screens all over the skirt, putting a CD drive where my box would be, and I had a disc that said Roseball 2.0 that I would pop into my box. Oh, I love a big disc. I love a big disc. Funny story actually, the day I went to film this runway, I was like, how am I going to like travel anywhere in a car wearing this outfit, because it was made of motherboard pieces to some extent. I had my wig on, I had my corset on, I had my panty on, I had my tights on. I got a lift down to Harvey Norman, and standing in the middle of the Harvey Norman car park, I had to get changed from boy to drag. I was standing in the middle of Harvey Norman car park in a panty. People were videoing me, people were taking pictures of me, people were driving up and stopping next to me and watching me, but I had a great old time. When I saw someone videoing me from their car, I walked right over to the car and instead of putting on a little show for them, you know? So that for sure was an experience. Which I hope to not have to do again. This lash is being homophobic on this day. So got dressed in the Harvey Norman car park and then made my way off down a walkway to find a tunnel. Got to our destination, got to our location and started filming, and I want to say a big thank you to my friend Jess for helping me film and helping me edit this runway and helping me film and edit the comedy horror trope. Everything you actually saw produced in Challenge 3, she filmed everything and she edited everything. I really had a lot of fun filming the runway for Challenge 3, and I feel like the runway that I actually produced this week was possibly one of the best pieces that I have actually submitted or produced for the Rose Ball. So I was absolutely delighted with the runway that I produced this week. When Jess actually put the whole thing together and edited everything and I got to see it, me and her just sat and watched it on repeat at least 100 times. I just loved it. I did. I can't lie. So at the end of this episode, we find out who advances to the top 8. What they wanted us to do is they wanted us to produce a video where we get killed. So it was like we got killed off of the show. So I was pretty disappointed to get eliminated, but you know, I'm competing with loads of people who are all aiming for the same thing, and everyone in the competition was so amazing, and I was so excited to see what everyone was going to bring to the stage each week. If you haven't yet seen it, the semi-finals aired last Saturday, so go check that out so you can find out who's after progressing to the top 4. Within 2 weeks from now, we'll have a new winner of Rose Ball Season 2, somebody new to the throne. That's where my blush is. So that was the end of my journey with Rose Ball Season 2. I'm coming out of it with exactly what I wanted. All I really wanted was to improve my editing skills, improve my ability to create digital performances, and just to upskill myself in everything that I wanted to do. I'm really missing live gigs. So it was just very similar to doing live gigs in the sense of actually preparing for the week and then actually getting to see the episodes when they were airing as well on a Saturday night. So it was just nice to have a little taste of what it was like to be back performing for an audience again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly get into this gig and we'll be right back. Here is the finished look. I actually couldn't be bothered to try and find the rest of the pieces. Since wearing this in the promo, I've taken the neckline down because I wear it as a boy more than I would wear it in drag, and it's just a bit more comfortable. So I hope you enjoyed coming along with me on this little journey down memory lane and this little recap that we had here. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment and tell me that I'm beautiful, because we all know I need to be told. And don't forget to hit that notification bell either so you get updated every time that I upload a new video. I'm back on the wagon now and I'll be back to producing videos more often and more frequently. So if there is anything that you would like to see, please do let me know down in the comment section down below, or send me a DM at my Instagram at robin_hearts_. Keep it sweet, keep it real, stay sexy, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, Gorge.